What's up, guys? Today I'm ranking every Fortnite chapter from 1 to 5 in a tier list. Let's see how this goes. So I saw Ninja do this, and bro, he said chapter 4 was S tier, which is absurd. So my list is definitely going to be different than his. But starting off with chapter 1, I think this is kind of obvious. S tier. I mean, come on. Come on, bro. It's chapter 1. There's just nothing, there's nothing better. And that keeps getting proven, by the way. The farther we go into Fortnite, you know, we're into chapter 5 now. We're going to be into chapter 6 in no time. It just keeps proving that chapter 1 is just far superior than any of the other chapters. Chapter 1's in its own category. Chapter 2 is, you know, we'll get to that, but it's lower than chapter 1. It's just crazy how much greater chapter 1 is than the rest. Doesn't mean that the rest are horrible, but chapter 1 is just, I mean, the memories, map, guns, storyline, everything, just so much better than the other 4. Moving on to chapter 2. I don't know where to put this, bro. You know what? I think I've got it already put out in my head. Chapter 2 is A tier, bro. I think chapter 2 is A tier. There were seasons in chapter 2 that were misses. Season 1 lasted forever. Nothing really happened in that season. Season 5, nothing really happened in that season besides new skins, which isn't even gameplay related. Season 6, people say that's the worst season of all time. It's better than you think, but it was still not the best. Season 8, not the best, but it did have the amazing event. Now that I'm thinking about it, bro, I actually think chapter 2 is B tier. I think chapter 2 is actually B tier. That fits more, I think. That fits more because you have great seasons, but then you have like a couple not so good seasons, and I think that kind of puts it down to B. If it had like 6 good seasons instead of like 4, it'd be A tier. But yeah, B tier. Storyline was great. Map changes were not good. I remember that was my main complaint, that the map changes were just not good. I mean, they would come in one season and then be removed the next. Weird decisions, honestly. So, yeah, that map kind of stayed the same the entire time. I think B is actually a good fit. All right, chapter 3, bro. This is a tough one. This is a tough one because it's got one of my top 5 favorite seasons of all time in it. That's season 1. Season 1, by far, top 5 Fortnite season of all time. I mean, that is one of the greatest seasons ever. And it was followed by season 2, which was also amazing. Season 3, not so much. Chapter 3, season 4, the Chrome season, probably one of the worst ever. It's tough. I don't know where to put chapter 3, bro, because season 1 alone takes this baby up. It takes chapter 3 up substantially. And then you throw season 2 in there, and it could go even higher. We'll see if my opinion changes by the end of the video, but I'm putting chapter 3 in B tier, bro. Those first 2 seasons carried it hard. And I'm not gonna lie, vibing was a vibe, but wasn't that good. But it also wasn't as bad as people think. But I think for now, chapter 3 is in B tier. But let's see if it moves somewhere by the end. Okay, chapter 4, bro. Chapter 4 had it's the same thing as chapter 3. 2 decent seasons, and then the other 2 to close it out were horrible. Season 1 was great. I love the vibe of season 1. That's when I started getting into streaming again. That's where it technically restarted for me. So that kind of, you know, plays a part. But yeah, season 2 came around. Mega City, one of the best POIs ever. But also one of the most disappointing POIs because you look at that POI, I remember when it first got shown, and I was thinking, holy shit. Imagine the loot in those buildings, only to find out that those buildings are actually hollow, and it's only like the first couple of floors that you can loot. So Mega City was one of the best POIs, but also very disappointing. But I do love that POI, man. Like, if that came back, I'd be happy. It was probably one of the only good POIs on that map, bro. Like, that map was not good. And it was the start of actually, like, terrible style maps with, like, the jagged cliffs and stuff. That was the start. If there was like a D.5, I'd put it there. I'm putting it in D, bro. Chapter 4 goes in D, bro. I'm sorry, but look, when season 1 is pretty decent, season 2 is pretty decent, but then you follow that with season 3. Worst season 3 of all time, by the way. And then season 4, not good. Not good. And I think OG Fortnite is its own thing. So I'm not even going to put that into the chapter 4 equation. Map was not good. Weapons were amazing, though. You know what? Fuck it, bro. We're putting chapter 4 in a C tier. We're putting chapter 4 in a C tier. I'm just thinking about it, man. It was still kind of enjoyable. Like, you could at least still get by a little bit. But I mean, bro, there was no story. Map was bad. But the weapons were really good. And you had like 2, maybe 3 POIs that were worth landing at. I'll put it in a C. That's being really generous, though. Moving on to chapter 5, our final chapter. You guys know where the fuck I'm putting this thing, bro. F tier, bro. Get chapter 5 out of my fucking face right now, bro. I cannot wait to leave. You guys don't know. You guys don't know. You aren't aware. I cannot wait until this chapter's over. Which is crazy to think about, because these other 4 chapters, I was kind of like, damn, alright. We're leaving, but we're getting a new map. Chapter 5, I'm like, get me the hell out of here, bro. I'm packing my bags and I'm moving. Like, the map, worst map of all time, right? Oh, but we have a billion biomes. But every one of those biomes is shit. Go watch my freaking video about why this map is terrible. I get into it a little bit more. Weapons, horrible. You know, with the bullet drop, it's just absolutely almost unplayable. I've gotten used to it now because it's been forever, but it's just terrible. Hit scan's so much better. There was barely any storyline. I'd say the only bit of storyline was this season, which I'm very thankful for. That we're finally, you know, getting back into the story. And then on top of that, no live events. The mini ones, okay, but they last 30 seconds. 30 seconds. This season, though, we've had a decent one, and we are going to get an end of chapter event, which is supposed to be large and also its own playlist. So it's an official event for the first time in what feels like 2.5 years. So I'll give it that. I'll give it that. But the chapter as a whole, horrific, bro. And then you get the metaverse on top of that, which makes the game larger, not as easy to run. Yeah, man, it's just tons of bad decisions in chapter 5. Almost no storyline up until right at this point. Map change is terrible. POI is terrible. Yeah, chapter 5 is an F tier, bro. Worst chapter of all time. The worst chapter of all time, bro. Dare I say, not one great season. This season is decent. This season's decent. Season 3, shit, terrible. Season 2, awful. Season 1, bad. Not as bad as season 2 and 3, but pretty bad. Yeah, chapter 5 and an F. I can go on and on, but this is not the video for it. There we go, bro. There we go. There is my official ranking. There's my official tier list of the chapters. I think, actually, I'm not going to move anything. I think this is pretty good. Yeah, bro, I'm going to put chapter 2 in A tier. I'm putting chapter 2 in A tier. 8 seasons, bro. A majority of them good. Chapter 3 only had 4 seasons. Half of them were good. Chapter 2 deserves to be higher than chapter 3. Just because of how many seasons it had, you know. And I mean, this was 2019. So it still does have some sort of nostalgia to it. So yeah, I'll bump chapter 2 up to an A. Alright, so this is my official ranking now. This is my official ranking. Chapter 1, S tier, League of its own. Chapter 2, A tier. 8 seasons, most of them good. Good storyline. Only thing it was lacking was map changes, I think. Chapter 3, B tier. I'd say it's only B tier because of the first 2 seasons. Season 1 being one of my most favorite of all time. Really helps it being B. Chapter 4, C tier. I think that's... And then, I mean, that's a good spot. First 2 seasons were pretty decent. Last 2, not so much. And then chapter 5, we all know. F tier. F tier is the only place you can realistically put it. Unbiased. Realistically, it's F tier. Let's be honest. There's my ranking. Let me know if you agree, disagree. Tell me in the comments. Argue it out. I don't care. I like arguing with you guys. It's fun. Yeah. There's my ranking. Remember to like and subscribe. Use code LeoJS, of course. See you on the next one.